become an internationally recognized symbol of Australia's outback. The boulders are situated in a wide and shallow desert valley and are found in scattered groups, mainly in the western side of the reserve. The marbles are a fascinating geological marvel. Unlike the surrounding sandstone, these large granite boulders have withstood the eroding forces of wind and rain. The natural processes of weathering and erosion have created the various shapes and sizes of the marbles. The boulders are a remarkable sight and almost defy gravity as they precariously balance on top of one another or on larger rock formations, while others have been split cleanly down the middle by natural forces. Formed over millions of years, they continue to crack and erode. It's almost as though the granite balls have been dropped from the sky. The Devil's Marbles have great cultural and spiritual significance to the Aboriginal people, and the reserve protects one of the oldest religious sites in the world. Ownership of Kalu Kalu Devil's Marbles was officially passed back to the traditional owners in 2008. Aileron, a tiny outback roadhouse, is overshadowed by the imposing giant figure of the Anmaja Man, an impressive sculpture that stands 17 meters high and weighs almost 8 tons. Aboriginal people have lived in the outback for at least 50,000 years and occupied all outback regions, including the driest deserts. Many Aboriginal Australians retain strong physical and cultural links to their traditional country and are legally recognised as the traditional owners of large parts of the outback under Commonwealth Native Title legislation. While water is scarce in the arid regions of the outback, irrigation can make a world of difference. Set against the backdrop of a parched desert terrain, this large mango farm stands out from the surrounding landscape, with the irrigated crop flourishing in the warm, temperate conditions. The Northern Territory grows 50% of the Australian mango crop, which contributes over $130 million to the local economy. Tennant Creek is a small rural community with a population of approximately 3,000, with 50% Indigenous. The Barkly Tableland runs east from Tennant Creek towards the Queensland border and is among the most important cattle grazing areas in the Northern Territory. Roughly the same size as the United Kingdom, the region consists largely of open grass plains, and it has some of the world's largest cattle stations. The climate out here is harsh, with an average of 22 days per year exceeding 40 degrees Celsius. Tennant Creek is also known for its golden history, with over 210 tons of gold mined in the area. 13 kilometers southeast of the town is Noble's Knob gold mine. Now abandoned, this was once the richest gold mine for its size found anywhere in the world. Incredibly, during the mine's life, Noble's Knob produced over 32 tons of gold. Originally a shaft mine, it eventually became an open-cut mine, closing in 1985 after almost 50 years of production. Gold-seeking pioneers have had a profound effect on the outback, helping to expand the population, drawing diverse cultures and boosting the economy. Despite potential riches, the outback, however, presented a challenging existence for many foreign workers unfamiliar with the harsh, arid conditions. In the outback, resilience tends to breed creativity. With lush green fairways in short supply, the locals have learnt to improvise, giving new meaning to the term playing out of the rough. Out here, it's all rough, with any number of hazards to contend with. Life in the remote outback can be a lonely existence. Pubs, or watering holes, as they are aptly referred to in this isolated part of the world, are an integral part of the outback's social fabric. And this is possibly one of the very few places on Earth where you can share a cold beer with a few stray donkeys. With a population of around 7,000, Katherine is the fourth largest settlement in the Northern Territory. Situated on the Katherine River, 320 kilometers southeast of Darwin, it's known as the place where the outback meets the tropics. From here, the drier climate changes as we head further north towards the wet tropics. The area is a major transport hub, with the main economic activities being pastoral, defense, and mining. Katherine is surrounded by national parks full of spectacular gorges, picturesque waterfalls, thermal springs, and ancient cultures. Katherine Gorge, also known as Nitmiluk Gorge, is one of the most unique locations in the outback. In stark contrast to the dry center, here deep gorges are flush with water fed by many streams. This pristine wilderness area is made up of 13 spectacular gorges, featuring a number of rapids and falls that follow the Katherine River. Nitmiluk Gorge is a deep gorge carved through ancient sandstone by the Katherine River and is the central attraction of the park. The gorges and the surrounding landscape have great ceremonial significance to the local Jawoyn people. This area is popular with tourists, with sightseeing boats the best way to explore the gorges. During the dry season, roughly from April to October, the Nitmiluk Gorge waters are generally placid and are ideal for swimming and canoeing. Saltwater crocodiles regularly enter the river during heavy flooding. Therefore, swimming in the wet season is prohibited. Picturesque Litchfield National Park lies approximately 130 kilometers southwest of Darwin and covers an area of approximately 1,500 square kilometers. The park features numerous waterfalls which cascade from a sandstone plateau called the Tabletop Range. It's an ancient landscape shaped by water, with Aboriginal people living in this area for thousands of years. The area is home to a variety of stunning falls. Wangi Falls is a spectacular waterfall flowing from a rugged sandstone cliff face. Tolma Falls cascade over two high escarpments into a deep plunge pool. Florence Falls is a double plunge waterfall leading to a popular swimming hole. One of Litchfield National Park's most interesting sights is the hundreds of magnetic termite mounds standing up to 3 meters tall. Up to 100 years old, these structures are unique to the northern parts of Australia. The mounds were crafted by termites using a centuries-old technique, with the mounds mysteriously aligned to the Earth's magnetic field. From a distance, the termite mounds look like tombstones, but only bigger. They might be small in nature, but the clever termites have learnt to adapt to this harsh environment. The mounds all face the same direction, with their thinner edges facing north and south, like the needle of a compass. This part of central Australia gets extremely hot during the day and cool at night. And researchers believe termites have somehow harnessed the power of the Earth's magnetism to strategically climate control their homes. At the northernmost point of the outback is the coastal city of Darwin, the largest city in the Northern Territory, with a population of close to 150,000. The Darwin region, like much of the top end, experiences a tropical climate with a wet and dry season. Darwin's wet season typically arrives in late November to early December and brings with it heavy monsoonal downpours together with increased cyclone activity. Darwin is a vibrant city with a busy waterfront area and harbour. It has residential beaches and plenty of green space, and it's known for its outdoor lifestyle, bars and exotic foods. The Larrakia people are the traditional owners of the Darwin area, and Aboriginal people make up a large percentage of the population. The city has been almost entirely rebuilt 4 times following devastation caused by 3 major cyclones. And it was also the scene of Australia's biggest military attack when Japanese air raids damaged the city during World War II. Today, Darwin is the northern gateway to the Outback and Kakadu National Park, with its 2 largest economies being mining and tourism. Only 3 hours' drive from Darwin is the remarkable Kakadu National Park. In stark contrast to the harsh, dry interior, the world-famous Kakadu National Park is a tropical oasis. Covering nearly 20,000 square kilometers, Kakadu National Park is a World Heritage listing renowned for both its cultural and natural values. The largest national park in Australia and one of the largest in the world's tropics, Kakadu preserves the greatest variety of ecosystems on the Australian continent, including extensive areas of savanna woodlands, open forest, floodplains, mangroves, tidal mudflats, coastal areas, and monsoon forests. The climate here is monsoonal and, like Darwin, has a dry and wet season. Kakadu National Park is an enormous biodiverse nature reserve, with terrain encompassing wetlands, rivers, and sandstone escarpments. It's home to millions of migratory birds, 2,000 plant species, and saltwater crocodiles. This pristine wilderness features ancient rock landscapes, spectacular waterfalls and billabongs, lush rainforests, wandering wetlands, and the oldest indigenous rock art in the world. There are more than 5,000 recorded art sites illustrating Aboriginal culture over thousands of years. Kakadu's ancient escarpment and stone country spans more than 2 billion years of geological history. Its rivers and coastal floodplains have been shaped by changing sea levels and flooding every summer. Surrounded by the national park, Jibberoo is the main township of Kakadu, servicing the mining and tourism industries. Jibberoo is named after the black-necked stork, often seen in the wetlands and billabongs around Kakadu.